Alright, welcome to episode 2. I do have to let you know that there are a few things that are actually missing. My graphic card actually crashes quite a bit during the recording. Therefore, I have actually skipped the character creation portion. Right, so this is me. I have actually translated my name to a Chinese variation. It's called Fattybombom. Well, you can see that I do apologize if there are quite a bit of frame rates drops. This is me trying to explore what would be my best graphic settings. But apparently I knew that it's probably due to my encoder of OBS. Well, I'll try to see what would be the best fix for this. But nonetheless, hopefully it will get better probably after a few episodes. As usual, as I have to reiterate, I am actually playing this game without my voiceover, so therefore do feel that the video itself has some kind of awkwardness between the actions that it is trying to do and with my speeches as well. But you can actually see from here that the graphics are actually very nice. But I would say that I think most of them would have their own issues still. And do take note that there will be a lot of different, awkward transitions. Because I've been exploring the maps for a lot of different things. So therefore, I don't think I'm spend too much time just to, explore the whole world. Like, for example, it would seem to be this is the 25th or maybe the 30th minute mark of my gameplay. No, I actually spent more than probably 1.5 hours just to reach to here, because I'm exploring a lot of different places to see a lot of different stuff, like what are different events, what are the graphic settings that I should do. So do enjoy the gameplay. So as you see, this game has a lot of collections that you can do. They have different categories. I have actually left out the part where I was exploring the different categories in the journals itself. So, but there is really a lot of things that you can actually collect. Right, as you can see, even buildings items you are able to collect them as well.
这标记是……哇，
这是什么暗号吗？是不是哪个大侠要在这里接头？我们要见到大侠啦！
那黑衣人抢走了江叔留给我的玉，或许和江叔有关。去屋子里找找看。
老大，你找什么？我帮你找。好多回。这是枪。老大，这里有一柄枪，真枪。
哎，小心些！连他都被翻出来了呀！
好帅！老大，快教我！
又重又利，你别玩这个。
让我摸一下嘛，就一下。老大，我要不理你了。
Right, so this is to give some context, which is part of the character selection creation process, which I did not really record that section. What happened was, after you have created a character, I believe it brings you to a cutscene where there is actually a man that is masked, wearing all black clothing that came to attack you when you are being a teenager like this. Apparently we sparred, and then apparently he is able to snatch a pendant that I actually wore on the neck. And once he saw that pendant, he took it, and I think after that he just basically vanished and ran off.
竟然还有个暗格，以前我都没发现，是给江叔的信，魏某白，一个姓魏的写的。
Right, so this is letter. Since your retreat to Heaven's Pier, you have turned away all gifts and cut ties with the mundane. Proof enough of your intent to leave the past behind. One of my disciples, Tian Ying, discovered a strange item and risked his life to deliver word only to be caught in Tang's hands. Upon hearing this and knowing the dream puppet calamity has returned, I now write to you. Years of state affairs have left me little peace. Even so, I heard you pen a lament.
去找田英，但写信人和这个田英都没听江叔提起过呀。先收起来，说不定和江叔的去向有关。这个灵位似乎被人动过。那黑衣人只是抢走了玉佩，却没有伤害我，又留下个刻文，难道和江叔有关？唉，猜不出来，还是回去问问韩姨好了。韩姨说开坛宴要宣布一件大事，或许是江叔的消息。这次开坛宴，难道江叔会回来？
使我一剑！
Next, this is something that I like. I think this is the puzzles that you do, but I do not know what to do with this. Therefore, I did not even take a look that there was a timer actually at the top until I realized that there was one, and I saw all these blue spirits. Went on to collect them, seeing that it might be the one that I need to collect. So therefore, the panic of everything, where it didn't really specify what are the things that I'm supposed to do. The cat is cute though.
黑衣人又来了，使我一……笑我干嘛呀？我还在生气呢。再不走天都要黑了。
Right, so just now the abrupt switch of the scene is due to me exploring again. I do apologize for that. And during this speech with Ruby, you realize that I selected the other options. This is me trying to understand whether options really matters. The choices that you choose matters in the way that they would behave and talk to you.
是我刚才睡迷糊了，我怎么会骗你呢？
你就是骗我。 你出来之前还说陪我去将军祠等广叔的新画本呢，现在什么都没有，没有大侠，也没有画本。哼，早知道我就自己出来，才不帮你骗韩姨呢。
这样吧，反正回去也要过将军祠，我送你去那儿等到商队，保证你第一个买到新画本，怎么样？
啊，真的吗？我们现在就走，马上就走。红贤最喜欢老大了。老大，韩姨要宣布的是什么事呀？
不知道，也许准了我去江湖学艺。
啊，那你带上我啊。
Right? I think you would have guessed it. I do not know what these are all means, and at the same time, it wasn't explained properly. So therefore, I took the hit. Only then I realized that, wow, there is a vast there's a lot of mechanisms in terms of how do we get certain items that is in the open world, which is good, which is really good, but I would actually prefer if they would to let us know about there is this type of mechanism actually. And do you actually realize that at the top left hand corner there's a status infliction icon? I did not know that until I edit this video.
小被我压断了，老大你要怎么办？
Right, this is me testing the quality system, but this is me not pressing any buttons. And they did it for you.
当然可以，今天先去将军祠，下次再试。
那说好啦，明天开堂宴我要表演这个当压轴，我要跳到最上面，让大家都看到。
So what's the point of having a quality system and yet somehow or rather it doesn't even require your input, and it does the things that it does the things that it wanted you to do. So therefore, is it being scripted in such a way that you are supposed to go and do it?
好漂亮的小鸟呀！老大，我们带着回去怎么样？
这会儿不急着你的画本子了？
嘿嘿嘿。
什么东西？
老大，你看那边。
Right? You actually take a look to see that when the arrow hits and when they responded to see what is it, their eyes were not looking at the bird. That's not really good animation though. This is the only thing that probably cheers me up. As you can see, I actually took a lot of screenshots because of the beautiful backgrounds that they have. So if you ever see options such as the one that you've seen earlier, do bear it with me. I will try my best to do not let you see the screenshot that I took. But in case if you need to see, do let me know. I will show you some of those that I have actually. Right, so what you have seen over here is me learning that actually different spears or probably different weapons have their own skills that are imbued in them. So there is no one particular class that would have the same skills, regardless whether you are wielding different weapons. For example, if let's say you're using probably a one-hand sword and you're using a scimitar, you will not get the same skill sets, but rather you have different ones. But do correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm still pretty much new in this game. Might not be a very good and accurate review for this. Right, this is me attempting to shoot the bird. You see what I see? After shooting the bird down, you get a tag. The tag seems to write OF tag. Okay, I have no idea what that is, but alright, let's move on. Right, so this is another one that I did not know what really happens. I thought that it could be a gathering of honey over here. I spent quite a bit of time just trying to get to destroy the beehive, but apparently I learned how do I get the honey in future episodes. You will be able to see that. Therefore, I would say this is pretty much a very bad game design. It should have already alerted us to know how do we get those stuff. But oh well. It is what it is. And in the midst of it, I got bee venom. Right, here we go. Whenever you see this, it is just me taking screenshots for my wallpaper. It does look good, it does look nice. So if you would want to get some screenshots, go to these places and explore them together with me.
剑之的准头还欠缺判据，需要再一一进行验证。
验证过了，差点一箭双雕，射人脑门上。
一箭双雕。啊，抱歉，没伤到你们吧？
那你是什么人？干嘛跑来我们清河社鸟？
哦，在下文经馆弟子冯继生，奉命来清河办事，只是想试试我新做的工具。谁曾想，
文清馆，哇，好像是很有名的大门派哎。你就是传说中的江湖大侠吗？大侠，最近好多江湖人都来清河了。你们是来做什么的呀？是不是这里有宝藏，还是武林秘籍？
这文经馆虽为江湖名门，但在下武艺微末，实在当不起侠客之名，恐怕辜负姑娘期待了。
原来你不是大侠，哼， 也是，大侠怎么会连箭都射不准？
算了，也没伤到哪，我们走吧。往后研究工具还要更小心些。
等等，师傅说过，君子无错，是因为君子能够弥补自己的过失。冯某有一本射术心得，勉强算得上姑娘说的秘籍，愿以此物给二位赔个不是。
射术心得？
说来惭愧，此书是我多年研究心血，尤其以第3章探讨了第2指节为括约弦时用力的大小对射中远近的影响。哦，对了，还有这儿，你看，
听得晕晕乎乎的。等等，老大，他刚才说这是秘籍是吧？是秘籍耶！老大，快收下！
你多年心血就这样送与我们，这赔礼也太贵重了吧？
玉肘自珍乃是文经馆弟子修行大忌，您可先看看，有何难懂之处，冯某定全力解答。此法名为庭渊止水，同本学完便可定风止水，搜寻猎物的破绽。
好厉害的功夫！
But trust me, the translation I don't think is called Still Waters. And it really doesn't really work as what it mentioned. You would not be able to see the praise weaknesses, I believe, because I have tried a few times and nope, I don't see that. It is just basically reducing the movement speed of everything around you. That's it. So that's a not really good translation, to be honest. Yep, this is me trying to see how that works.
还是第一次授予他人啊，可否与我一同射击那悬崖边的鸟儿，助我以观实效？请。可准备好了？这练习庭渊止水讲究一个把握时机，要根据鸟儿的位置适时发动。
So while we were reprimanding him for shooting birds, now we are having this game, this competition for shooting birds. Ah, it is what it is, guys.
是剑错魔之的角度问题吗？
So in order for you to activate the skill that's been taught, the idea is not for you to move your right stick, but rather to press your right stick button. This is something that this is my fault. I did not really realize that until I pressed the right stick.
要不我们再
So we are going to spar again, and this time I think it should be better.
一回生，二回熟，我还有好多地方。可是乏力了，要不我们先歇会儿？
我们真的赢了！
要不是周女侠的督促，说不定就要输掉了。
那是，冯大哥，你说是吗？
二位齐心戮力，确实让冯某受益良多。与你是这一场，我对工具研究的感悟又多了几分。
也多亏冯大哥，我这射术也提升了不少。
其实，我听闻来清河的江湖人中，不乏穷凶极恶之辈，就连死人刀也。
哦，我知道了，其他大侠来清河是为了抓这个恶人，要替天行道。
总之，那个恶人突然南下清河，必有大案要做。死在他刀下的人不知几何，姑娘，万不可轻信陌生人啊！
他又不是大侠，我又不找他，大侠都在哪儿啊？
死人刀，我遇见的黑衣人，会与他有关吗？
此事，你我也只能多加小心。
哎，是广胡子他们！我的画本，我来了！
喂，你小心点儿！
我要第一个买到画本。
冯大哥，死人刀一事多谢提醒，就此别过。
好，他日江湖相逢，再当拈功同事。保重。
最近清河确实有些古怪，韩也真是，什么事非要等开坛宴再说。
Right, so this got me wondering how would their NPCs actually detect you, or how would they actually engage you. Right, you will see that I am actually lingering right in front of them. It's only till when I get close to their chest, then they start to get hostile. Something that I don't really understand up to now. Probably, maybe there will be a better explanation in the future. So the only thing that I knew from here was somehow or rather there would be a certain range where if they are not able to engage you, they would just basically go back to their original positions. But if they are targeting you, somehow or rather their range just increases. Therefore, I believe you might want to try to see if this works. Basically, you can pull 3 people against you. You just need to run away to a probably a location, and then you just engage one of them, and then slowly the other 2 will just go back to their original position. This is pretty much good. I think I'm very happy to see this. At least these birds are things that you could actually collect, I believe, and you can actually interact with them as well, I believe. So that is a very good system that this game has, which is good. So therefore there is one guy in front, but in this Sadly, I did not really engage him. Because I think he will be a slightly tough boss to be in. Yeah, when I see this, I was thinking, it's a world boss. Therefore, I did not actually engage him. But maybe very soon, I might want to try. Probably after the episode 5 then. Because I have recorded all my gameplay without recording my voice for 5 episodes. So I do seek your understanding in this, that there will be some abruptness in what you see with what I say.
让我们再比试一番。你我二人就以此为界。
Well, another archery battle competition.
少侠营。你的射箭
This time against the rams, or the sheep,
太多的不确定，
or the goats.
天地万物，剑法亦是如此。你的射箭天赋确实不凡，可惜有太多的不确定。你的射箭天赋确实不凡，可惜有太多的不确定。
Well, I did not really try to get those 3 times because I think it's not really required of me right now. But maybe in the future I might want to try. Why not? Over here, you are exposed to probably another mechanism that is in their open world, which is to chase these butterflies back to the shrine for an open for a chest rewards, as you are going to see over here. So all you need to do is just to probably just stay behind them, and then they will fly to their locations, and then just follow them into the shrine, and I think it would be able to unlock. And some of the shrines requires probably more than 1 butterfly, so just take a look at the incense. Over here you will realize that there are 2 incense sticks, which means there are 2 butterflies that you need to guide them. So that was 1, and this is the second one that I found, so I just have to guide them across. I did not really speak to this guy actually. I have no idea why. Probably when I take a look at the fallen signpost, I realized that nah, I have no mood to complete them. But maybe after episode 5, we can give it a try. Right, so we have actually guided 2 butterflies, therefore this shrine opens up. Right, so over here what I've learned is something that is very, very interesting. Basically I've learned that the NPC chats are actually AI chats, so that makes it very, very interesting. You can chat a lot of stuff with, you know, a lot of people, but I guarantee you that in the few more episodes you will see some good conversations that I had with these NPCs. So I'm going to see you in the 3rd episode. Take care guys. Bye bye.